On this week's episode of the Heating Up podcast, my brain is broken. I'm a sad guy. I think Sarah's going to join me in that plight, but thank God we have Mike to bring the mood back up. Maybe we got basketball I can start focusing on so I don't jump off a bridge. But listen up, tune in, and here we go.
Hello, friends. I'm Jim Nance, and I'll welcome you to a tradition unlike any other.
Welcome to this week's episode of the Heating Up podcast. As always, I'm Sasha here with my wonderful co-hosts, Sarah and Mike. We're doing an early episode this week, and I am not over what happened this weekend. It was absolutely brutal. I hated everything about it, and I don't think I've ever been more out on any of my teams as I was on Sunday morning. So we will rip the Band-Aid off right here. Giants at Panthers, technically in Munich, Germany. Giants 17, Panthers 20, losing in overtime, and I don't know whether to be happy or sad. I can't watch the team and root for them to lose, but it makes sense for them to lose, right?
Yeah.
Nothing would come. Nothing good would come from winning that game.
No, nothing good.
I mean, especially with that shit show that we put out. We just shoveled that garbage over to Germany. I had to watch it. I am fucking done with New York Giants primetime games. I can't be forced to watch only them. There needs to be something else going on. There needs to be some. Yeah, well, primetime a standalone. I'll rephrase that. I can't watch any more standalone games because it's horrific. It's terrible football. We put on a horrible showing and almost won that game, which would have been the most Giants thing ever, is to just somehow even fuck up playing that bad. It's like if you're going to play bad, play the worst and put yourself in a good situation. We saw what happened last year. We won a few games that meant absolutely nothing to nobody and then miss out on, potentially Jaden Daniels, who looks amazing, because Tommy DeVito needed to come and make me believe for half a second that he was competent, the team was competent. The team is not competent, and I'm sorry if you guys watched that you guys had to be put through that.
I made a great bet on that game.
What was it?
I knew I was only going to be able to watch the first half because then we were traveling back home. And it was out of state, so you got to cash out your bet while you're there. So I bet the Panthers first drive result punt and the Giants first drive result punt.
Brilliant. Electric. That's a fun bet. That's maybe the only way you can get me to sit down and watch this whole Giants game with while other football is going on. That's a really good idea. Is just live betting this. And speaking of that, the only other live bet that I think is a guarantee. This is for all other prop bettors out there or any other live bettors we have currently. The Giants are guaranteed. If we get a turnover, it is with 99.9% certainty, we will turn the ball over on the next drive. So if you see the Giants have an interception, maybe pick up a fumble, Daniel Jones will throw an interception within the next 4 to 5 plays. Guaranteed.
Socialist.
Yeah, he's all about sharing. Sharing is caring, and he cares a little bit too much. I'm officially not in the camp anymore of maybe it's not Daniel Jones, maybe it's a deeper issue. It is definitely Daniel Jones. There may be other deeper issues as well, but I could not be more officially out on Daniel Jones. I mean, no shit, he's not the guy. Everybody else knows that. I feel like I just tell myself sometimes maybe he was. I have a fun stat here I saw. So basically, there's the longest active streak of games with less than 3 passing touchdowns, with a minimum of 5 throwing attempts. So obviously it doesn't count for the guys that come in, whatever, at the end of games, don't do shit. Number 5, longest streak with less than 3 passing touchdowns, Trevor Lawrence with 12 games. 4 is Tua with 13 games. 3 is Justin Fields with 14 games. Tied, number 2 is Deshaun Watson, also with 14 games. Daniel Jones is number 1. Do you have a guess of how many consecutive games?
I will say 23.
Sarah?
Slightly over.
57 games. Daniel Jones has not thrown 3 touchdowns in 57 games.
Is that his whole career?
No, I think he's been a little bit longer. I think it's been 70-something because I see a lot of other stats just about sad things.
That's a crazy stat right there.
It's just
he started 70 games.
Yeah, but especially with how bad it is. I mean, you see all of these other guys getting pulled. Mac Jones, whatever gets. I mean, obviously he's a backup somewhere else, but nobody else has this long of a leash and has this I don't know. Let's see how this plays out. I feel like I'm convincing myself of these things when I see how long ago he was drafted. I'm like, no, there have been many drafts since then where quarterbacks have started and been determined that guys aren't the guy, and then we're just done with them. So I feel like Bryce Young might also be the next level of that guy.
when he was drafted, Donald Trump was president, and in that time, a whole other presidency happened.
Oh, and we're just back. It's the more things change,
And now
the
we're
more
back.
the more they stay the same. Daniel Jones is literally so bad he might get Daboll fired. And I don't know if he deserves that. I feel like it's probably doing a little bit hard by him. But there was also just a lot of really horrible play calls. So it's like that's I don't know if Daniel Jones is optioning out of things. I don't know if he's making wrong reads in these plays. But some of the I don't know who to blame, but a lot of the play calling looks fucking terrible. I need to have red zone on. I can't do this anymore. And now I need to officially turn my focus to we need to lose games for the draft. And then that led me to another question of Sarah, you may need some mediation here between us. Is this going to be a real problem if the Giants end up being the only team with a worse record than the Titans and you end up losing the bet because of my New York Giants?
Yeah. You better stay away from the most losses. That's
going to happen,
buddy.
Because we are currently, I believe we are currently in line for the number one draft pick. So
Will Levis would like to have a word with you about that. One of you, you're gonna fucking win another game.
I think if you keep making me believe in the Giants, and I got to stop listening to you. Honestly, when I'm looking at our schedule, the only game that I feel like we might win, which is going to be so fucking classic, and it leads into my last point here. I was just looking at primetime standalone games. Giants Cowboys on Thanksgiving. That is a fucking that is so mean to the public. But the Giants against Cooper Rush in Dallas, I mean, that's going to be a fucking. I don't know. We're fighting for the bottom in that race, and I don't know which team is going to be more inept.
Team should want to win that game. Like
yeah.
If the Cowboys actually know what's best for them, they will lose that game.
Do they?
These guys are playing for contracts, boys and girls. They're not loyal. They need to look good on paper. They want to get paid.
Yeah, but people who don't I don't know, like CD. I feel like DeMarcus Lawrence. Like we have a lot of injured guys too. So yes, like the people playing for contracts for us suck though. They're like our second, third string guys. So it's like, what is that? Not very good play. I feel like.
Stop it. You're better than the Giants, but you're going to lose on Thanksgiving. Wait, no. Hold on. Sasha, you're better than the Cowboys, and you're going to win that game on Thanksgiving.
I don't want to win that game on Thanksgiving. I want to get the first pick. First pick in the draft.
The Saints. I don't want that. I need the Titans.
The Saints are good now. They got weird ear fucking Italian guy. They're good now.
Legolas.
Yeah.
The Rizzler.
It's not gonna. Darren Rizzi. It's not gonna happen. We need to lose out, but that's not the. You're right. It's the Cowboys and Giants. Both don't know how to competently even tank because there's enough teams that are still floating around there. There's enough of those 2-win, 3-win teams where some of these teams are going to win stupid fucking games at the end of the season. That doesn't matter, and we're going to miss out on. I don't even know. We need a quarterback, and this is going to be the first time in ever that a non-quarterback has won the Heisman. So it's of course, this is Shedeur Sanders. I don't know if I believe in that, but Shedeur Sanders. This may kick us into our next game. The Cowboys. I just saw an article. Apparently, leading contender for the new Dallas coaching gig. Shedeur Sanders' father, Deion Sanders, loves Jerry Jones. They're close. They've never had any problems.
Coach Prime.
You ready for Coach Prime, Sarah?
We just cannot. The media circus continues. Deion going there is the absolute worst thing that could happen to that organization if they want to change how they have been traditionally run. Deion is just going to fuel into the big, I don't know, media circus. Media circus is all I can say about Deion Sanders because I just can't accept anything else. We need someone who just wants to win football games. And I listen, I kind of like Deion. I don't have anything against him, but I just feel like the mix of him, Jerry Jones, and what this team needs, it's not a good fit at all. We need someone who's just going to come in there, block out the media, block out all the noise, and just teach them how to play tough, physical, good football.
But at the same time, that's never happened before. They're always a media circus, and I don't think there's anybody that could block them out. I mean, I guess Belichick could, that's just kind of his thing. I almost feel like the Deion Sanders is the complete opposite. It's steer into the skid, and it's I love the media. Bring on the attention. Let's make this thing a fucking show and see what happens. Bring everybody to Broadway. Bring everyone to Jerry's World. We're doing this thing.
The circus.
We are already a this show, and it's not working out for us. I can tell you that much. I don't like it, and I feel like if Dion goes there, somehow we're gonna end up with Shador, even though we don't need him right now for a couple years. Like he's going, I feel like where his son goes, or his son goes where he goes. So I just can see this being some sort of nepotism play out that
Helicopter
doesn't work out
parent.
in our favor. Yeah, that too. That too. Yeah,
Oh well, that doesn't play out. Shout out Kobe. But going on as a transition here, we're sticking with the Cowboys. Sarah, I saw you wrote in Cowboys and Eagles, no score needed. In case the people at home didn't know, it was 34-6 Eagles on the road. I just wanted to get that out there in case you need it. But you gave me the space to vent. I would like to do the same to you.
Yeah, well, everything about this game sucked. Our GM sucks, aka Jerry Jones. The coaching sucks. The backup quarterbacks plural, suck. Offense sucks. Defense sucks. Literally, our only positive is Brandon Aubrey, and we do not deserve him. Like, I feel like we just need to set him free. Like, if you love something, set it free, right? That's what they say. I feel like we don't deserve him at this point, and is someone gonna make it move? Someone should have made a move for him. I feel like, and he would have left Dallas, I think, at this point, because we're wasting his talents. But I guess CeeDee Lamb is pretty okay too, except for when he's being blinded by the sun due to our faulty stadium.
That is crazy.
Which CeeDee's been robbed of, I'm pretty sure, 3 touchdowns this year because of that exact reasoning, as well as other, I'm sure, non-touchdown catches. And Jerry Jones, in his natural fashion, is just doubling down so hard, being like, we knew this about the stadium. It's not a problem. Like, it's fine. Everything is not fine. Like, your quarterbacks, Cooper Rush is already, can't see it as it is. And he is out there throwing into the sun, Hail Marying on 5-yard screen passes because he can't see anything. He's just praying and throwing it up there. And it's so ridiculous. I don't know why AT&T Stadium is beautiful, but that was just bad planning. They say Jerry's oh, we know how to handle it with the coin toss and when to defer. At some point, you can't time it that perfectly. The sun is the sun.
Nobody knows where the sun's going to be at any point.
And regardless, you're still in that end zone 50% of the time.
That's what I'm saying. It's not it's the whole game. You only go in one direction or something like that. I don't know. I feel that's a really stupid logic. But in natural fashion of the Cowboys, Jerry just doubles down and he can do no wrong. And this is he's gonna be so stubborn they won't even put up blinds or curtains just because he doesn't want to be proven wrong on it.
The craziest part too is I saw somebody come out with they have them. They put on concerts there that
they cover.
Right, they cover them. Curtains exist, and they choose not to use them, and it just seems crazy for me because I get that it's hard for a player to catch a ball, and you oh, maybe this is what the Miami Stadium they try to smoke out the other side, but this is something people. But it's the key with that is that it's shaded on the Miami sideline. This is it's just fucking anybody who happens to be in the way.
Right. Yeah.
Did they win the coin toss?
Probably not. Nothing.
So they're leaving it up to the fact that they have to win the coin toss because the other team also understands where the sun's going to be? Or are they the only team that know where the sun is at Dallas at any point?
I feel they think that's what Jerry thinks. That is the case.
Only we know where the Dallas sun is. We're the Cowboys. And as long as we win this coin toss.
But that's obviously we know 50-50 chance, right? It's so stupid. Everything. They're just shooting themselves in the foot repeatedly, and it's just making Cowboys fans more and more angry as it goes, rather than traditionally Cowboy fans, we obviously will be very loyal to them. Maybe not Mike McCarthy, but Jerry Jones, good history, generally well-run team. No, now it's just all the wheels are falling off of everything, and it's bad. Cooper Rush, the magic of him is gone. And when he was 4-1, the last time he had to come in to step in for Dak, there was 0% chance he even wins a game this year. He looks so bad. I think part of it is the last time we really needed him to come in and win some games, we actually had a decent run game with Zeke and Pollard and an offensive line. We have no run game absolutely at all, and our offensive line sucks. So Cooper Rush is very much exposed out there, and it's not a good look for him. Trey Lance got in a little bit at the most random time. They just decided to insert him for a few plays, and I feel they did a disservice to him by just randomly throwing him in there in the third quarter for 2 plays and then going back to Cooper Rush. I don't know. He looked bad too, so it's whatever. They both are bad.
Was there a little bit of you that when he came in, you were maybe this could change the whole game?
I was maybe there's just a spark. If he can throw the ball more than 20 yards, that would be nice. Or maybe like have a little bit of. He did run a little bit, but not very much. Yeah, I was hoping because Cooper Rush looked that bad. The offense was so painful. I was like, anything has to be better than this, and it was not. It was about.
I thought Trey Lance had too many tattoos.
Okay.
Am I an old man for that?
I didn't honestly. I was fit to be tired. I was not.
He had like a whole arm sleeve going on. I've never really seen Trey Lance. The only game he played, it was pouring rain. I couldn't see anything.
He's had a lot of time to get them. He's not exactly, on the field much. So.
I think he should be holding on to some of that money.
Who's the most tattooed quarterback? Who's the most successful tattooed quarterback?
Aaron Rodgers has some, but he didn't have them when he was winning.
Right, he didn't have them when he was good.
Dak went under anesthesia to get that whole leg sleeve.
Right.
Anesthesia for like a day almost.
Okay, we're not naming anything that's making me feel better about this.
Kaepernick was tattooed when he was lighting the world on fire, but he wasn't exactly throwing the ball.
No. Lamar's got any tattoos?
He could be the best one if he does. But we can move on.
No.
Maybe got like a chess piece, but yeah, nothing. Little bits. All
right.
Big trust.
Tattoos though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Didn't love it.
Yeah, no, I didn't love anything about this game. Ultimately, I feel a little bit more at peace now, actually, knowing like we can just focus on tanking right now and the rest of the season is meaningless and I don't have to like keep getting my hopes up and crushed every weekend. So I'm finding a little bit of peace in that. I'm not as pissed off as last week. And this is honestly the first time in my Cowboys fandom that I can actually really recall like a tank being on and this early in the season. I feel like this is very new for me. I guess, Sasha, you can maybe tell me some with the websites and what sort of things I should be following.
Tankathon.com.
That's it. That's the most refutable source.
Yes.
Never heard of it.
So, yeah, I'm going to be living on there till the rest of the season, and we probably get to it in the preview, but my secondary team that I tried to adopt, the Bengals, is also probably not going to make the playoffs. So I feel like everything I touch this year is just bad, and I need to stop.
This has changed. How far are we fallen from grace? It was brought you down in the mud with the rest of us. It didn't even feel good. I usually love watching the Cowboys win, but that the Eagles were doing it made me feel bad. I didn't want to see them. There was a little bit of me that was like, oh man, this is funny. But then watching the Eagles look great just made me really, really upset. So I'm going to have to find some balance here, and we're going to have to commiserate with each other about how to try to, make the rest of the NFC East implode upon itself.
Well, the Commanders lost.
So. Yeah, that was good, but they looked good doing it still. They still looked good doing it. The Eagles are a little bit more scary to me now. They've been there. They've got a little bit more history. They got a little bit more veteran presence. People, but they have expectations, and Philly fans and expectations rarely go well.
Dan Cook was the architect of the single worst Super Bowl collapse of all time. He's the coach of the Commanders. You got that.
Okay. We're going to be fine. We're going to be just fine. And the Giants are going to draft probably somebody bad and ruin it. And maybe we're going to fire every good thing that we have going for the team. And stop. I didn't mean to bring this back to the Giants. Mike, I need some positivity. And I believe you're the only beacon of hope left in this scenario. Bills, Colts. Colts visited Orchard Park, I believe. And you've said it from day one. You're going to have to score 30 points to beat the Bills. Bills win 30-20. That's got to feel pretty good.
The Bills visited Indianapolis.
Oh, the Bills were. Oh, right. The Bills were on the road.
I know, but it felt like Orchard Park because of our amazing fan base turning out and taking over Lucas Oil Stadium. You got to score 30. I kept saying that. I'm like, well, we only have 23. I'm like, we have 7 more points to get. I can't turn the game off because I got to see where the next 7 points are going to come from. And we got it.
Shake this last touchdown out.
Yeah, I'm like, where is it? I know it's in here somewhere. The Bills, that was a sloppy game on offense for Josh Allen, and I loved it. I want Josh Allen to get back to that. I want him to throw more picks.
You just want to feel something. I don't care if it's good or bad. I just want to feel.
I want him getting these out of the way now. I want him to get comfortable with the fact that he needs to throw the ball sometimes into uncomfortable positions and to believe in our defense, which caused 4 turnovers. And that's a lot, right?
And a defensive touchdown, correct? One of them was a pick six?
Yeah. Teron Johnson. Would have been nice to have him against the Ravens and the Texans.
Turns out he's important.
What else would be really nice? You know what else would be really nice to have back, guys?
I feel like you get
I
more
have
and more
some
sexual.
breaking news.
What is this? Is he back?
The Bills have opened up Matt Milano's 21-day practice window.
Oh shit!
We don't even need to talk about the game. Sasha, just pull up a picture of Matt Milano with no shirt on, and I will use the rest of my time to look at it. I cede my time, sir.
Bronzed Italian god.
I cede my time to Matt Milano, to just all of us, a moment of silence for the rest of the NFL.
That's all you want. You don't have anything else to say.
No. I do have more. Josh Allen effectively used his legs today, which was nice to see him running confidently. I thought to be without Keon Coleman and Amari Cooper, and Dalton Kincaid got hurt really early, and the plays that he was back in, he was banged up. He probably won't play against the Chiefs. I thought they did a really good job. They tried to get Curtis Samuel involved. I don't see it. I don't think he's nothing special. But Shakir was incredible. Our running game, our three-headed running game is as good as any running back room in the NFL.
Is one of those three? I imagine you're not even including Josh.
Yeah, not even including Josh Allen. Like Ty Johnson, it looks like he has a force field around him. Like when he gets tackled, it's like three players blow back off of him and then he falls down. Like him, Ray Davis, and then James Cook, who only had 8 carries in the first half. Like we're not even running enough, I don't think. We have an answer for everything. And like one guy gets tired and here comes another great running back. And the offensive line was really good. Our biggest issue right now is at the defensive line. Our defensive tackles are sucking. And we caused 4 turnovers and had a defensive touchdown. Tyler Bass made all his kicks. And Keon Coleman didn't go on IR. So that means, it's not as serious. If we can, we have one more game against the stupid Chiefs, and then we get the most needed bye week in terms of, knock on wood, everybody, if nothing catastrophic happens on Sunday, the Bills have a chance to be at 100% almost health coming out of that bye week to play the Niners, the Rams, and the Lions, which is going to be an awesome. I'm actually excited for it. I usually get nervous for these hard games.
That's a gauntlet.
I think it's going to be great. Yeah, but realistically, even if we go 1-2, and if we beat the Chiefs and we go 1-2 in those games, like, that we're at 10 wins. Doesn't really matter. We have a 5-game lead in the AFC East.
Yeah, your division's dog shit.
Yeah, so it would be really nice to continue to try to fight for the 1 seed. But if we don't win this game against Kansas City, they pretty much have that locked up. So, I couldn't be. I'm so pumped. This is the most excited. This is the most confident I've been in a Bills team, barring health, ever. And the Seattle Seahawks, and you guys might not know them as well as I do, they're cutting Terrell Dotson. Terrell Dotson was our backup middle linebacker and played like a huge portion of last year and got a big contract with the Seahawks, started every game for them.
They just cut him?
They're trying to start their rookie linebacker, I guess. And I think the Seattle's kind of like turning the page on this season.
It's weird. They
are releasing him, and they traded their other starting linebacker last week.
It's weird they wouldn't have tried to move him before the trade deadline, but I feel like there may be something else there.
Maybe they did, and they got nothing.
Yeah, and then they just said, fuck it, cut it. I know you mentioned...
But we could get him back.
I know you mentioned Tyler Bass made all his kicks. I know that's still lingering maybe in the back of your head, may not be the most confident thing in the world. Sarah brought it up earlier. What would you're a GM, say it's still before the trade deadline. What do you think Brandon Aubrey would be worth to the Buffalo Bills?
Blackout curtains.
That's it. You just trade him.
Really good ones. Really good ones. From like blinds.com. Like, the ones that like I always think I'm going to buy at my house, and I'm like, how much are these? And I don't do it.
You just get the nicest, finest, like maybe even remote controlled curtains, and they're like, yeah, we'll give you Brandon.
Yeah, we'll give you Brandon. Yeah, and you could we'll swap like a 6th for a 7th.
And I bet you every judge in Buffalo would get him out of jury duty.
Yeah, for sure. That guy could commit like homicide. I mean, we had OJ.
Yeah.
Josh Allen tied OJ Simpson for the Bills' record for rushing touchdowns.
It's a good list to be on.
You think the Bills were excited for that record to hopefully be broken very soon?
Yeah, I think they needed that one to pop up. It's probably kind of the way that like Penn State. That's why they keep James Franklin around. It's like we just got to get some of these Paterno numbers off the books.
Yeah, right. This is when we got to wash our hands with the juice.
Yeah. Boy, was he a good football player, though.
He was incredible. And CTE, you know, we don't know if that was the cause of those. I mean, he was acquitted technically.
Yeah. But, listen, he was – are you guys talking about the actor from Naked Gun?
Yeah, O.J. Simpson was a very talented, one of the most marketable. He started like athletes being marketable stars started with O.J. Simpson. Don't forget, you're just looking at one little blemish on his record.
Just one little. Most of the time, yeah, we're gonna use the Myles Garrett, Deshaun Watson. Most of the time, he wasn't killing anyone.
Yeah, and you know what? And he had a nice little revival on social media before he passed.
Hello, Twitter world.
Nice old OJ here. I'll give you my take on the Super Bowl.
R.I.P.
Bills play the Chiefs. If we win this game and go into the bye, Super Bowl, that's it, guys. We're going to the Super Bowl. We are going to beat the Lions in the Super Bowl.
A little bit out of order here chronologically, but I figure that's a great segue going right into our Week 11 preview. Mike, you are going to be in Buffalo, Chiefs at Bills. Bills currently favored by 1.5 points. Break down your thoughts. How are you feeling? How are you feeling being in the stadium?
We're circling the wagons.
No one circles the wagons.
Buffalo Crew,
quite like you guys.
Buffalo Crew is coming back. Heading up Saturday. Got a busy day, probably too busy. And I know everybody that's going is probably listening to this podcast. A little too busy on Saturday, guys. Daddy needs to focus on Sunday. But, I'm not going to – everybody puts a lot of hard planning into that. But Sunday, we're going to get down there early. And listen, I'm bringing it. My Matt Milano jersey is so much more. They might think I'm actually Matt Milano, like walking in. Maybe I'm suiting up for the game. You don't know.
You're going to be that jacked? You're going to get all those tattoos and everything?
Yeah, well, I've got 6 days, and I figure I bought that Peloton. Now it's time for it to work.
Oh, you're going to be so jacked.
Yeah, I'm going to be so jacked and oiled up. I'm ready.
Gym tan laundry.
Slick back my hair, dye it black, a little shoe polish black. Get my little silver cross.
Nice, very Italian.
Yeah, but it's gonna be great. If you're listening out there and you even if you don't like the Bills, if your team goes to Buffalo, like you should go and tailgate. Like you're not going to have a bad time as an opposing fan. Like I went up last year with a bunch of people, with a group. Basically, I was the only Bills fan. I went with Giants fans, and it was awesome. Like it's a non-threatening type situation. Like everybody's just partying, getting drunk, doing shots. Pinto Ron, getting the ketchup and mustard. You got people in costumes. It's just a giant party, and this game doesn't start till 4:00. So, 10% chance I don't even make it.
Do you feel like the vibe will be different if it's the Chiefs though? Like I feel like there's some growing animosity, at least for the Bills fans.
No.
I don't know if the Chiefs care that much, to be honest, about you, but I feel like Bills fans towards Chief fans.
No, it's really not like that. They're really not like that. They're now in the game. Will there probably be some fights in the stands? Definitely. But that's after like hours and hours of drinking. No, the beginning, it's all about, it's like kind of like, I think like the motto is almost like being like welcoming to our home where we're going to fucking kick your ass. And so we're super nice because the Bills are going to get you.
All right, that's good because I could you never tell. I mean, we're also used to Sarah and I are used to a division full of Philly, where it's like if I would never dream of wearing something Giants related to go see a Giants game if I went down to the Lincoln Financial Field in Philly.
Yeah, well, those guys like throw D batteries at you.
At Santa, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a great time for maybe if you're a Chiefs fan you might get some shit, but like if it's like like if the Cowboys or the Giants play and you guys want to do a little podcast trip up there, I'd be happy to take you. It'd be a great time.
Invite us.
I can't wait, and I mean that. 10% chance I don't make it in, but I'm gonna really try hard. Dawn, don't listen to this part. I'm gonna really behave myself.
Yeah, the busy Saturday is tough. The busy Saturday before you got to try to hydrate there.
We are going to be a shirtless group of men painting our chests to try to get the attention of one Taylor Swift.
Oh, what are you gonna?
I
What are
will
you gonna
not
be?
tell you what it's going to spell out. I don't know. I want to be like the biggest letter because I'm not really feeling body positive right now. So what is that? Like the B?
Yeah, a
Is it
B
a
is
B?
what, yeah, I think that's probably the big letter. Or an O. No, an O is probably going to do the opposite of what you want it to do.
Yeah, no, an O is more like a target to
Yeah.
like my belly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll have him paint me in like what's Argyle's really thinning. Maybe I'll be an Argyle color.
Vertical stripes. Vertical stripes.
What is it?
Vertical
Okay,
stripes.
so there's
Be an I.
definitely
Be an I.
I'll be an eye.
Yep.
Perfect.
There you
A big fat eye or a thin eye. Which one is it?
You're going to be a thin I.
It's gonna be slimming. It's gonna be a thin eye.
A thin eye to slim me out. Perfect. But I would bet, once again, I got to get in. Got to get in. I have tickets. It's still not for sure. We are probably going to get on TV.
Are we watching?
No, if what I think what we're going to be having on our chests and the game's going well, we're getting on. You will see us on television.
Do you have a designated artist, somebody that's going to be able to do this? And at what stage are you doing the?
Well, there is.
How many drinks
There
in
is
will
a
the art be
designated
done?
driver, so probably him.
Okay, not worried about that. Worried about the designated painter.
I don't know, but we did it. Listen. It's a large canvas, not that large, but not as a little larger than it's been. I got a kid. We've all gotten older. It'll come out great. It's going to come out great. There's some responsible adults in the group who will do that.
That's a good thing.
We did this shirtless like 4 years ago, I think, and it was freezing cold. And we got on the Jumbotron like every time they scored, they cut to our group. And this time we are directly targeting the Queen, Taylor Swift.
Oh my God! You think she'll be? You think she'll be there? You think she's got the balls to show up in Orchard Park?
Yeah, I think she wants to have all us guys up in her box.
Oh my God! Are you guys getting Taylor Swift's box?
I mean, we might.
Oh well, especially
Travis Kelce might have to come out just to make sure everything's okay.
What's going on here, fellas?
What's up? What's going on in the box here?
Well, looking at these other 4:00 games, I think it's going to be safe to say that all of my energy will be focused on that game for you, because we also have Seahawks 49ers, which I think 49ers seem to keep everybody in every game, and that's a divisional one, and then the Falcons at the Broncos, which just seems like that one's not going to be so much fun. So I will put 100% of my effort into trying to make sure I catch you guys on the national broadcast, and I'll get a picture for you.
Perfect. Thank you. It can go on my wall of one other time I was on national TV.
It's a great shout out. When we do our basketball preview midseason after football, we can bring that one up.
Yeah.
But we have a little short on time for this episode, so we're going to fly through some of these games, just talk about the important ones. Thursday, Commanders Eagles. This one should be another barn burner. I love having a good Thursday night game, especially after last week. Everything went well. I don't know who we root for. Sarah, who do we root for? Do we root for a tie?
I feel like the Commanders I still see as like less harmless, in my opinion. I don't know. I feel like I could just never root for the Eagles. I don't even a tie maybe, but I don't know. Commanders, I feel like they're getting there, but they're not there yet. So I feel like we need to root against the Eagles this year.
Yeah, it would be really great if they just came out and shit the bed.
Yeah, I don't have a dog in the fight. I hope they both lose.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I got you guys.
And then going on to Sunday, a lot of bigger spreads. Maybe some. We're basically figuring out with all of these teams that are like 2-8, 2-7, 3-7. Like we got a lot of really bad teams. We're trying to figure out who's who. Packers Bears. I think no matter how bad any of the teams are, should always be fun. This going into the year felt like a game that the Bears would finally maybe be able to steal one from the Packers, but it is just convincingly looking more and more like that will just never happen, and the Bears will just never be able to find it.
Yeah, they looked really bad this weekend, so I feel like they don't stand a chance.
And then
they're
Mike
quitting. They're quitting.
The Bears, yeah, which is just fucking pathetic. I don't know how they do that. Like the Giants just look like they're not talented. We all know the Bears have talented players, and they're just not doing anything. I think that, they are playing the Jaguars at home, but I think maybe, Mike, the world has caught up a little bit, finally giving the Lions the line they deserve. -13 at home. Doesn't even matter.
It's not big enough.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, well, aside from your personal life, that is not a big enough spread. The Lions just played the shit. You don't think the Lions are going to try to going to have some fixes in place for the next game at home.
Jared Goff played about as bad as he could play in that. I mean, well, one of the interceptions was one of them was a Hail Mary. Who cares? That one doesn't mean anything. But some of those picks were crazy. Their defense just came out. Did you guys, were you watching that game live? Like when they came out in the second half and they were showing that interview with Dan Campbell, and he was talking about how he's like, well, our defense is just going to need to go out there and get some picks. And literally as he said that, fucking that guy came in and got a pick. It was just their defense, when they get turned on, it's unbelievable. And this is without like what everybody basically considered their best player. So I am fully in on the Lions. I just feel I'm finding the Lions and the Chiefs to be doing things very similarly, but one I'm completely rooting for and one I am so fucking tired of. It just seems like they both find ways to win games no matter what, when they're down, whatever. It's just like freak ways to win games. But it feels like the Chiefs are just like, this is insane. How do they keep getting away with this? And the Lions are like, we are just better than you, and we're just going to find different ways to lean on different pieces of the team to make this win happen. Fuck the Chiefs. I need you to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, they're
cheating.
They're cheating.
You need
Did I
to
send
beat
you guys the
Chiefs.
video of Patrick Mahomes caught on a hot mic asking the ref to let him know when the defender's getting close to him?
No. What?
I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, you saw it? Okay, so I'm not full of shit.
No, I didn't.
That's a real clip.
What's he saying?
He asked
Sarah?
for help. I didn't watch the clip. Because I was like, is this clickbait? I don't know. I didn't want to get a virus or something. But he basically, that's what it said. He literally asked for help from the refs, like to let him know when defenders were coming. He was on the ground, right? When he said,
Yeah,
that?
or he had gotten up. I don't know, but it was like they caught him on the mic, and the announcers even were like, "Oh, okay," like there's nothing you could do about it. It got out there, and then their block kick, the entire left side of the Broncos field goal kick, it just fell over.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
That looked too easy. It did look too easy. Like I was like, this is not fair.
Yeah, what else? What other cool ways can we make Taylor Swift happy? Oh, we'll have them go undefeated this year. Next year, we just won't even have a season.
Just give it to the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I'm so excited to hear the takes after this game that you got.
We can't record on a Monday.
Yeah,
unless we win.
Other good games: Ravens at Steelers. I'm excited to see some of these AFC North teams beat up on each other a little bit. I feel like this is one of those classic throw out the record books type games. Steelers, at home. Ravens coming into town. Doesn't even matter what the records are. I'm always excited for that game. And you guys need to talk about any of these games. I know, Sarah, we're going to have to talk about your Monday night game. But before we get to that, any other thoughts?
Russell Wilson's looking good.
Real good. Sussy for
fuck?
Russie.
What's going on?
I'm happy for him, honestly.
I can't have every take right, but like, I'm color me shocked. Okay, I don't understand what's going on here.
It's just a good coach. I'm sure. Listen, I think even Daniel Jones could somehow go to. I mean, I guess because Justin Fields looked good. Daniel Jones could go to Pittsburgh and end up looking like a competent quarterback. I think Russell Wilson is obviously much better, but like we saw Russell Wilson had a great coach in Pete Carroll, looked amazing for a million years. Goes, I guess, I don't know if Sean Payton, whatever, they had their beef. He
had
like
Nathaniel
shit.
Hackett, worst coach of all time. First,
yep.
Maybe broke him,
broke him a little bit, and then has another good coach, competent organization, and looks great. So coaching is important in the NFL. Hot take.
That's spicy. That's why you come. That's why you guys listen.
That's why you tune into this. But a lot of other good games. We'll just run through these spreads. Raiders at Dolphins. Dolphins favored by 7 points. May change after this game on Monday. We'll see how they look. Raiders are bad. You think the Dolphins should be favored by a touchdown against anybody at this point?
Negative.
No. Rams at Patriots. Patriots at home. 5.5-point dogs at home. Also, see what happens tonight, but I think the Patriots will probably lose by more than 5.5 points.
Patriots are frisky. Drake May's good.
He's exciting, at least.
I know.
Makes that team watchable.
He's like a Josh Allen, but like dumber and like slow Josh Allen.
Because
you guys can insert the word I was going to say there.
Yep. That was very nice of you. That certain other kind of people maybe have a strength to them also.
Yeah, right. Yeah. When something gets bad, don't give him like a bunny to pet or something.
Browns Saints, yuck, don't want to see that. New coach vibe will wear off. Vikings going to the Titans. Those Titans losses are looking more and more important with how bad the Giants are looking. So you need the Vikings to really fucking do some business there.
It might almost be midnight for Sam Darnold.
Yeah, pumpkin time.
The clock's about to strike midnight.
You just need that 4,000 yards. I guess it doesn't matter if Caleb's not getting
Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams had
Caleb
11 yards in like the first half.
Yeah,
loser.
bad. And then Colts Jets, another game I don't want to watch. Colts, I mean, still were able to put up 20 points on the Bills, and I think the Jets are worse than the Bills.
Yeah, they got killed by the Cardinals. Yeah, they're awful.
Yep. And then Bengals at Chargers, I think was the only other game I didn't bring up. Chargers -1.5. I like the Chargers a lot. I'm just officially out on the Bengals being able to win games. I just don't think they can do it. Sarah, Texans, Cowboys.
And it's his season.
Oh, shut up.
It's Home Alone season. That sucks for Joe Burrow.
Yeah. It's done. That's just a terrible organization that just can't keep up. Oh no. Sarah, Battle of Texas, Monday night, Texans at Cowboys. Cowboys 7.5 point underdogs as it stands right now. It's gonna be nighttime, no sun.
Like, why can't this be flexed? I don't know how you do it every week with the Giants being just put in prime time. Now I'm feeling for you. I really am, because I don't want them to get embarrassed again. Like, I know last weekend wasn't necessarily prime time, but it was like a 4:00 game, like would have been a game of the week situation. Yeah, I just want this flexed off. The Texans are kind of weird though, where I feel like this game could be ugly for like a little bit. Like maybe it's close for like the first half. And then the Cowboys will just do their thing and like turn the ball over repeatedly as if it's their job. And the Texans will probably win. But all I can say is like maybe we get a nice first half from this.
That's hopeful.
Okay. Cowboys first half over.
I'm not betting they're over anything. What's that over? 6.5 points?
Wow. Oof. You're a real jerk.
Yeah, listen, I would say the same thing for the Giants. We got a bye week, much needed bye week. Just for me, I think.
I thought they just did leave them in Germany and canceled the game this week. They are on bye?
Yeah, they are on bye. And, yeah, Daniel Jones just in some leader hosing. They just left him there. Just finds a new life.
They're going to bench him, right?
They're talking about it. We'll see what happens.
Because of the injury clause on his contract?
Yep. Because basically if he's got a shitload of money guaranteed next year if he's injured. So they're going to bench him and figure something out. I guess it's Drew Lock time. Drew Lock will have the same kind of Tommy DeVito bullshit. He'll win some games, fuck us out of a pick. I know the drill. I'm used to it. I've been here. Come down in the sadness, Sarah. Ease right into this old depression blanket.
I'm not easing, but I'm definitely getting there, whether I like it or not.
So we are running a little tight on time for this episode. We got to run through some heat check. Mike stays fucking scorching hot at 19-9 overall on his picks. It is unbelievable, which makes the barbershop 9-19. I'm starting to actually lose a little bit of hope, but I can't give up now, and I need the hope, and just I think maybe chase my losses. I don't listen to any of the warnings that any of the gambling ads say. I'm going to chase my losses, double my bets, and try to save the end of this season. But things are going to be all right because my personal picks have been red hot as well. So Sarah, as always, start us off, win the people some money, please.
So I'm betting with my heart on the first one, as I always do. Commanders money line.
Love it.
The Eagles.
Fuck the Eagles.
We just don't root for the Eagles around here.
Mm-hmm.
And then second to that, I think I'm going to go Falcons +1.5. You honestly could take the money line. I feel like the Broncos, like, yes, they almost beat the Chiefs, but I don't know. The Falcons need to get right game after last week. I think they have like more playoff aspirations. Like they need to right the ship here. And the Broncos, I feel like maybe are coming off like a letdown spot, not so much a get right after almost beating the Chiefs. So I feel like they're taking care of business. So I would take the money line, honestly, Falcons.
I like that a lot, actually. I think that it's hard to play a team that just fired their coach and has a new one. There's that little bit of extra juice. Kirk Cousins, that team, I think 9 out of 10 times will beat the Saints. So Falcons are going to come back. I completely agree. I am going to go back to the old well that has proven to be very, very successful. Just keep digging in the same spot where you find oil, and you tend to find more oil. Steelers are a home dog. I don't care about the fucking Ravens. Steelers getting 3.5 points at home. Mike Tomlin, home dog. Don't think, bet it. Doesn't matter who it's against. Don't think, bet it. Steelers +3.5.
Mike Tomlin drinks your milkshake.
He does. He finds
an oil
that
reference.
It's there will be blood.
There will be blood. You guys should watch that. It's
Great
really
movie.
good. Yeah. All right.
Mike, bring us home. Stay
is
hot.
that your only pick?
Yeah, that's it. 19-9.
I'm like, all right. All right. Well, guys, and I would have been 20-8 if the Lions had just won by 4, which
One
sucks.
more point. Yep.
And listen, you got to make these bets when I give them to you because that Vikings line moved really crazy once they found out Lawrence wasn't playing. And if you were thinking I meant them at 6.5, I didn't. I meant them at 4.5 because I always knew they were going to win by 5. You got to place these bets when you hear them. Hey, Sasha.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it right this time, the delivery, too.
Gonna nail it.
Hey, do you love, who are they playing? Hold on. Shit.
He's gonna get it right this time, folks.
I got it. Where are they? Oh, they're there. Hey, Sasha, speaking of the Jaguars, I know you love Mac Jones.
I hate Mac Jones.
Well, that's too bad because you're betting on Mac Jones because, everybody pay attention, I'm taking the Lions minus 13.5, and that line's going to go up higher, and I would bet that up to 16.5. But it's 13.5. That's the number.
13.5. That's so many points. It's almost 2 touchdowns. Yeah, the Jaguars are bad. I need the Jaguars to win, though. That's fine. I need the Jaguars to win.
It's not even
the
that
Giants,
they're bad. Lions are good.
Giants need the first pick. Jaguars got to get out of our way.
Lions are going to win this game 38-9.
That's actually pretty good. I'm going to put that in parentheses here. I actually like that a lot. That seems like a good line.
Okay. Sasha, bing bong. Sasha, I heard you mention that you like the Chargers.
I like the Chargers.
Well, that sucks for you because you're going to be betting on the Bengals because I'm taking the Chargers minus 1.5 at home in the stadium that nobody cares about the Chargers, but nobody cares about Cincinnati. So it's just basically an empty stadium like COVID years. Chargers are way better. They haven't given up more than 21 points in a game.
But that Harbaugh juice.
And the Bengals kind of need their offense, and this is a team that doesn't let you do that. So
yeah.
Sorry for Macaulay Culkin over at quarterback. You're going to be saying, I made my season disappear when you lose this game and you're out of the playoffs. And the last one.
We needed a rim shot after that joke.
Yeah, hold on. I got it. Let's say it again. I made my season disappear. Oh, I did the wrong one.
There he is.
There it is. Thank you. The last one. Hey, it's not really hot down in Florida, is it, Sasha? Bing bong.
It's pretty hot down in Florida, I think.
But it's not hot enough where which side of the bench you'll be sitting on will kill you like it would in the beginning of the season. Right?
No, probably not.
Right. So you're going to be betting on the Dolphins because I'm taking the Raiders +7.
Raiders +7.
You're right,
Ooh.
Sasha. The Dolphins shouldn't be favored by a touchdown against anybody. If there's ever a team that's going to be quitting loudly, it's the one with Tyreek Hill and Odell Beckham Jr.
They're pretty chill, right? Yeah, nothing bad happens with those guys.
I've been talked into from my buddy Jeffrey over at Felicia Bar and Grill. Shout out because I sent him the podcast. Maybe he's listening right now.
Big
Jeffrey.
shout out.
Hey, Jeffrey. Bing bong. He convinced me that the Rams are going to kill the Dolphins tonight. And so I may have put a large wager on that. He's a big Rams fan. Yep.
All right.
So that's not my bet, but I'm just saying, get ready. Dolphins get smoked tonight, embarrassed on national television. That line's dropping, so bet it now. Trust me. Trust fall, everybody.
Get now.
Close your eyes. Bet the Raiders.
You're betting 68% on the season on your picks on the show. So I think it's a fair move to just trust Mike blindly at this point.
Yeah, 68%. Is that all that is? I don't understand percentages.
Sarah, can you explain
double
percentages?
+1.
So you're 19-9. So that's 28. So it's 19 divided by 28, which is 0.678. You're 68%.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's almost 70%. That's you're hitting 7 out of 10 bets.
That's like my percentages apparently in my high school math, and this makes a lot of sense now why I had no idea what was going on. Cool.
Shout out Mrs. Donahue.
Right. Shout out Chatham High School.
Well, heat check overall. Sarah has the Commanders money line, Falcons +1.5. I am going back to the well. Mike Tomlin home dog, Steelers +3.5. And Mike is taking Lions -3.5 for the real ones out there, 38-9. I'm sure you can get some pretty juicy odds on betting that exact score. Chargers -1.5 and Raiders +7. And then obviously the barbershop is taking all of the direct opposites of those except the 938, except for the 38-9. I'm not doing that.
You should take 938. Yeah. You should. You have to.
See what happens. All right. Yeah, you're right. Legally, I'm bound. So we appreciate everybody listening. We know we cruised through this episode a little bit. Let us know if you like us expanding a little bit more, going a little bit more long form, or if you appreciate us keeping it a little bit more concise. So we appreciate the feedback. As always, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, watch us on YouTube. Get to see our beautiful red faces. We love you very, very much, and we will talk to you next